What's up, people? As you may know, it's Nathan here. And what I'm going to do is break down, as mentioned in the group, Aussie New Zealand dollar, USDCHF, which is the Swedish franc, for those of you that are unsure of that. And then finally, GJ. So what I've got here is Aussie New Zealand monthly chart, with some heavy fundamentals coming in about 2 hours. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get some movement on this pair, as we are in the Asian-Australasian session. So traders will be paying special attention to New Zealand pairs, Australian pairs, Japanese pairs, and also Chinese dollars pairs. But I'm not someone that does trade Chinese dollars, and I don't think anyone else does, so we can just forget about that completely. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is plot in some key levels for me to work off. And what I will say is, guys, key levels are essential, okay? So key levels are just one of the most essential things to get when it comes to trading, all right? They act as floors and ceilings for price action. And if something hits the floor, it's very likely that it's going to bounce off, vice versa for the ceiling. For us to throw a ball, the ceiling, more than likely it's going to bounce down. Unless I can summon some superhuman strength and find the power within my arm, bicep, wrists, triceps, and torque as I spin and launch the ball to have such power to break through the floor, or torque it up and break through the ceiling. I don't like blue. I like purple. Okay then, so I got my first levels here. Am I happy with them? I am extremely happy with them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fucking cheat. And I'm going to drag the same fib down, and I'm going to draw in a new 50% level. And I'm going to just put it right there. Am I happy with it? Fuck yes, I'm happy with it. Okay, so for me now, I have enough key levels. Price action is being encapsulated by my free zones. All right, guys. Simple as that. So what I did, use this wick for my support. As you can see, boom, hit the floor and it bounced up. So for me, that's a nice key level. Boom, hit the ceiling, bounce back down. For me, that's a good key level. I got a floor, I got a ceiling, I got a mid-range, and I have a mid-range of my imaginary level here because there's no need for me to do one right now here. So I didn't. So let's now, I'm going to just explore some trend lines. I'm going to just explore some trend lines. See if there's anything in here relevant. Top-down analysis. I'm building my information, building my whole aspect of this pair right now. And what I can see is that we've broken out of this downtrend, this monthly downtrend. We broke up, kind of retested here. Yes, we didn't come all the way down to the trend line. Sometimes that may happen, but you can see because it hasn't retested, it's come down again. It's trying to get that retested trend, but here we have a nice strong weekly support that's holding price up right now. Okay, so this trend line is done. It's over. This trend is done. We're now in an uptrend. Okay, so let's go and draw this here using these wicks. Okay, so I've got these wicks here. Just line it up as much as good as you can. Okay, there we go. Boom. So this is interesting because what we have seen is this new uptrend. We've broken below it and we're currently retesting it with 2 wicks. So I can kind of see here that we've retested this trend line. We have a monthly morning star formation, which is telling me that there is upward momentum, but the wicks on this is saying that this ceiling wants to hold, wants to suppress price down. So let's go down to the weekly and delve into this deeper. Okay, then we have our weekly chart. Now we can see that price has been ranging between 1.14 and 1.02 since 2013. Okay, so we're pretty much range bound right now. All right, now really I could just do a big box and box this off. Now already just thinking about how ranges work, I'm already wanting to see price coming up to here already. We're in a range. If we are in a range, I can see I would want price to come up. But obviously we do have some key levels here, like we said previously on the monthly chart, suppressing this price, trying to hold price down. Okay, we do in fact have the MAs crossing upwards. Yeah, so this MA here is showing us that the momentum is pushing up. So we're kind of at a make or break stage here between these weeklies. Okay. Now, also, I may see a weekly double bottom here. You can see, bam, a higher low, double bottom. So, the monthly, weekly, both saying to me to expect bullish momentum. I'm going to go down to the daily. I'm going to go down to the daily chart, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and place some daily key levels, okay? So I'm going to use my rectangle tool and I'm going to use this level right here as a key level, okay? And I'm going to use that wick as well. So that is my daily key level. You can see here, suppress price. You can see a break and a retest of this level, another break and a retest of this level, and then again another break and retest this level. Beautiful daily key level. Then I'm going to copy and paste that daily level, and I'm going to use this level right here as my second key level right here. That's exactly where I want it. Okay, so you can see here that as price is approaching this level, there is a huge sell-off. Why is that the case? Well, I don't know. I don't care. What I do care about, though, is this slowdown in price action here. So not only have we got this double bottom, we have also this double bottom kind of forming here. Okay, so what would I kind of be looking for? I'm going to be looking for price action to either break through this daily key level or go up towards our second, the top range of our daily level right here. That's exactly what I'm expecting, all right, guys, on a daily perspective. All right. Okay, so that's what we can see. Now, the good thing about some of the tools we have in the Forex market is they just make it so much easier to create confluences. So this is where Fibonacci is going to come into hand. As you can see, that when you're in an uptrend, price will fluctuate up and down. And here, when we're in a downtrend, price is fluctuating up and down as well. This is where Fibonacci is going to come into play for us. So, as you can see here, from here, we've made a higher high compared to the last high. And we've also formed a lower low, higher low, higher low compared to this one right here. All right. So let's use the Fibonacci tool from the last significant low and drag it up towards the next significant high. Okay, excellent. So what we can see a few complements here. We can see that 0 more or less lines up with our daily key level, and that the D2 lines up nicely with our weekly key level at 1.1. Nice round number, 1.1. Okay, so as we can see here, this higher low is actually being halted by the 38.2 fib. Now, those of you that have been doing your revision, those of you that have been putting some time into your trading and learning your trading, should know the characteristics of when Fibonacci 38.2 fib acts as a support to price action. You should know what's happening. So what should we do now? Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to see where we can have a nice entry. Now, by the book, as we've taught you guys how to trade under the speed limit, yeah, and get some experience underneath your belt before you start to really start to trade aggressively. Okay, so at the moment, look at this. There's the 78.6. We're going to go down 15 pips down to 58. Just there. Okay, so if he was to trade this from the daily chart, we'd be looking at a 442.3 target with a risk of 198.2. Okay, so this is where the Rebirth risk to reward calculator that's provided for all of you traders will allow you to calculate the exact size lot you should be using to still be within your risk reward profile. Okay, now, so what would I be waiting for to pull the trigger? this is where you go down into your execution time frame, which is the 4 hour. So I've dropped down to the 4 hour finally. Okay, and I'm gonna have a look what kind of candlestick price action has been happening recently, and then I'm also gonna see what kind of execution I'll be wanting to place on this. Now, as you can see on this, we've had a bit of contradiction in terms of candlestick action. We've had this morning star hammer formation, found resistance at the blue MA, kind of reversed into an evening star. Then we had some kind of tweezer bottoms with a green hammer. Then we've had 2 shooting stars. And now the latest 4 hour candle is looking like a bullish pin bar. So guys, what I'm going to look for this pair, I'm going to look for this candle, this green candle here, to preferably close above the blue MA as some sort of hammer candle. Okay, everyone's going to have their own the word I'm looking for is everyone's going to have their own everyone will have their own the word is not coming to me, so I'm going to explain it like this. Everyone's going to be waiting for their own signals to pull the trigger. This is something that's going to become a part of you and a part of your trading over time. Everyone's going to be looking for the same signal, but they're going to pull the trigger at their own time. Okay? So, demo trading will allow you to perfect what trigger works for you best. And that's going to be a combination of all the tools that you've learned throughout the Rebirth course or throughout your own trading journey. So that's Aussie New Zealand dollar. Okay. To recap, I favor upside. Okay. And I favor price action to be approaching 1.1 within the next few weeks. This could happen much sooner, but for me, anything over 100, 150, 200 pips of a target, I won't bank in it's happening soon. With pips, the sooner the better, yes, but patience is a virtue. Okay then, so that's Aussie New Zealand. Next, let's switch over to my personal favorite. I say that I think GJ actually likes me because just keeps on giving. I'm going to go over to GJ. Okay, so as you can see, I have been doing some analysis previously. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up my chart a bit, okay, and explain to you what I am seeing here. Okay, so let's go to the monthly, shall we? Okay then, so nice and simple. Like I said before, I like to just keep my charts just as just what's needed. So guys, I've got 2 yellow monthlies, okay, and I've got a green weekly. All right. Okay then. So on a monthly, as you can see, we're having a very bearish month right now. And the monthly candle is actually looking like a red Marabuzo candle. But don't forget, guys, that this candle has only halfway through its journey, okay? And it could end up being anything right now. MAs are pointing sideways, okay? And we have actually made a triple bottom here. We're making these higher lows, and we're also making these lower highs. So we're moving sideways. So logically, it tells me that if we've made our lower lows, we should be coming up to make our lower highs. And what I have done, guys, is just draw the fib onto there. Okay, and you can see that when we did have the huge spike down 1st of January, some Apple news in China, and we actually come down and tapped the 78.6 fib. Okay, now we did kind of spike it, which does make you think, oh, could this be a trend reversal? I don't think so. Okay, it was a small spike and we've made this huge pin bar. Okay, so what I have done, guys, for my future reference is just marked that D1 out with a red, a little horizontal line, something to bear in mind for myself. All right, so again, logic is telling me that we should be looking for some sort of buys soon. Okay. Let me just bring that fib back, and we can see that we kind of just broken below the 50 fib right now. Okay. All right then. So that's the monthly chart. Going into the weekly now, and you can see that I actually had a weekly descending trend line that quite simply we have come down towards to retest, also come down towards our monthly at 140 to retest. Okay, we haven't yet reached 140. We peaked earlier today. We descended down to 140.25. I closed profits out at 120.30. Fucking happy that I did, because then it flew back up 60 pips, and now we're kind of down to those levels right again now. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, we have retested you guys can kind of see what's happening on the weekly. We made an uptrend, bam, counter trend line. We've broken it, retested. Will we see now this pair make its way up? Or will we see this pair first be stuck within these ranges, either between the monthly and weekly or the 2 monthlies? Will we see some kind of ranging before we actually manage to break up? Okay, so there are a lot of levels for GJ to break through before it does ever think about breaking into this new zone and touching our descending green trend line. And because we did spike the 78.6 Fibonacci here, we kind of expect price to not reach the D extension straight away. It's going to be a slow process. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting GJ to be ranging between 146 and 140, 144.50 and 140, then between 146 and 152. Just a lot of ranging between these levels. Go down to the daily now. Okay, So you can see daily, we actually, see, we spiked 140.28. I closed out at 120.30, and we're kind of making our way back down. We've got a convergence of supports here. We've got a convergence of this daily descending trend line, which I think this retest would have got a lot of people thinking that it's over. I was going to be not making highs, but no. GJ was not done. Not only came down once, caught motherfuckers out, caught me out here. I closed profit out. Then this huge daily spot. Hold on, no. What was this? 26th of April. This day caught me out. 2nd of May. Caught me the fuck out. Made some good profits and it shut the fuck up. Caught me off guard, but I have managed to pip on this descending trend line. So as you can see, just taking a closer look, nothing really changing from my daily and weekly outlook onto this pair. We're just going to be looking for some clear signs of reversal for us to find some strength to head up to either our daily key levels, weekly, or even monthly before another descend. As you can see, we haven't quite retested this trend line, but this monthly could be just doing the job for us. All right, so it's a case where everyone trading GJ, you're going to be using your key levels, okay? You're going to be trading towards your key levels once you see signs of reversal, and you're going to also be cautious of GJ breaking through these key levels, okay? Nothing really fantastic to say more about this, apart from we have had quite an extended leg down. So this is where Fibonacci again we can use. So we're currently in this downtrend at the moment until we come up and make a new higher high. So we can just have this fib, and then we can just obviously use these fibs as target levels for taking profit. Okay, so there we go. That's GJ. Yes, there is some Japanese news coming out. So we got some foreign bond investments and foreign investment in Japanese stocks. Shit, you know what? That's already came out. So let's just refresh the page. Can tell that I'm done with GJ today, man. With some good profits on that. So I thought, let me just leave it alone for today. Remember, guys, we say this in the course, and it's so true. You're going to be most likely to be more emotional after a trade has been closed out, whether that's good or bad. So it's good to just take time out from the market after you've had either a good result or bad result, okay? So actually, look, foreign investment in Japanese stocks has dropped, and foreign investment in Japanese stocks has increased. So look at that. Bit of mixed reviews from there. So we can kind of expect that the JPY pairs should really just follow the trend that they're in currently. Okay, so for me, we've got this huge green spinning top at the end of a downtrend. So maybe guys can be looking for some longs here. Okay. Longs up to key levels like previously mentioned. Okay, so there we go. That's GJ. You guys are wondering what these lines are. These are just alerts to set an alarm off if price approaches these levels. The trade I took yesterday was this trade from here, bang, down to here. $290 pips. Is that no? Hold on, sorry guys. It was from yesterday, so it was actually from here. Didn't think it was that many pips. There we go. 175 pips. Okay, I was a bit cautious with this at first, because we hadn't done no kind of retest here, but like I said, the wicks told me it was time to sell, so I sold. So yeah, guys, that's CJ. I hope that helps with the trader. Do follow GJ. And then lastly, let's have a quick look at USDCHF. Okay then, so this one is pretty straightforward. This is some old analysis from years ago. Every time I go into this, it won't save my new settings. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a bit annoying that I have to keep going back to it, but at least it has my monthlies and weeklies in. So you can see that, yes, guys, monthlies and weeklies across most of the chart was something that I did every time. But, you know, as time goes, you kind of just change how you go about things. So weekly, you can see that here on the weekly, just to draw it pretty quickly, kind of got a ascending wedge pattern. Okay. We broke above the wedge, retested. Okay. Boom. That's that. A quick mention about fib actually. You can see that sometimes they say that they have multiple fibs within one. So you can see that I've got this fib here, significant low to significant high, come down, capped by the 61, capped by the 38, but then I could go ahead and do another fib from this high, from this low to there, and then this one's capped by the, 32 here, 30 there. Two levels converging, do you know what I'm saying, to give me a more certified target. Okay, so things are looking bullish for USDCHF. Going on to the daily, we can see that we've kind of got this slowdown here. So we had one daily spinning top, then we've had a doji candle. Okay, so some traders may be thinking, oh, could we have some kind of evening star formation forming? Well, I would not like to think so, because if I just do this daily key level here, and if I just drag this over, so using the bottom of that wick there, just like this, you can actually see that we've got this kind of break retest. And then we can hope to see some kind of continuation up. Okay, so you can see I'm just using my daily key level to help me distinguish that this here is actually a break and a retest. We've got the ascending wedge, and we've also got those Fibonacci's all pointing upwards. Finally, go down to the daily, the 4 hour, just as a final confirmation. We can just wait for these MAs to cross over before really expecting this bullish momentum to take over. Okay, conservative traders may want to draw a counter trend line across here. and may want to wait for a confirmed break above this trend line before trading up to the top of the range, up to 1.225, 1.0225. All right, so I know I kind of rushed that one, but I didn't want it to the video to drag on, and also I think it was kind of basic confluences that we was looking for there. Okay, so guys, that's 3 pairs that I'm looking at for this week. So yeah, any questions over any of the topics that I spoke about, or any of the uses of the tools, just ask questions. At the end of the day, if you don't ask and you keep anything that you're unsure of bottled in, then you're not going to learn. So if you're not, like, I've got so much people on Instagram I've asked questions and they've not got back to me. Some have got back to me. You sometimes have to swallow your pride. There are people out here that know more than yourselves. So if you ask them, you could learn something and get some knowledge passed over to yourself to help you with your trading. And then you can pass that knowledge on to other people. So, guys, take the initiative, use us, and prosper with your trading. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace the fuck out. Good night.